everybody. Welcome to Bitch Sesh, the Real Housewives Breakdown Show.
I'm Casey Wilson.
I'm Danielle Schneider.
What?
What?
I just have
light
what?
Of day. Guys, we're always a little kind of thrown when we record in the morning.
And to that, I just say, what?
We don't know what's happening. I've never seen you in this light.
I know. Again, I feel fresh.
I have makeup on because I am, like out the door right after this. But you can do. Do you have no makeup on? 'Cause
No.
your skin is really doing it. Have you done something?
Well, I see actually Kylie and Kendall's dermatologist.
What?
Dr. Christy Kidd.
You have told me about this woman, this genius.
She's great. And she uses natural products, which I don't love.
I really like chemicals in my
I
skin.
do too. I said to her, I have no qualms about really lathering it on.
Yeah, you can light my skin on fire with some retinol and I will be fine with it.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not pregnant. Give me this stuff. And she's like, this is it. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But I think it really works.
Yeah.
But she has such a long appointment time wait.
I know. I tried to get in on it and it felt like a long time. So I just never.
I know. Like
followed
one
up.
time I was coming back from Ojai in the morning and I was literally in tears in the car. Like I was like, I'm going to be late for Christy. And then they turned me away.
They did?
And I don't blame them. They got their Diane Keatons. They've got their Starlets. They've got their Kendalls. They've got their Kylies.
They don't need you.
They don't need me.
We need them more than they need us. And I don't like being in that position. I'm used to being in that position, but I don't enjoy. I need them to need me. So I'll have like a street side dermatologist who needs me.
There's this celebrity hair colorist that you know who I'm speaking
Yes,
of.
I do.
Tracy Cunningham, who does my hair. And when I tell you she does all the gals. And
I know.
A lot of our friends go to her and they're angry because it's like a 4-hour wait and all of this. And I'm like, I feel none of those triggers. I feel
Grateful to be in her presence.
yes. Happy to be there. Fine.
Yeah.
No,
I get that. And I can so fall in that pattern, but at the same time,
You get upset.
I do get upset because I'm like, what about me? But then I know who I am.
And your hair reflects that. I'm kidding. Your hair looks great.
No, I could use a little bit of a touch up. But
I'm kidding.
I will say that it just allows me to know myself in the pecking order. I see myself as others see me.
Right, as you are.
And that's tough. That's a tough thing to...
I think I'm so dropped in to where I am. And it's so okay with them. Just like, I'm flipping through a magazine. I'm writing. I'm working. Like, I'm here for 5 hours. I'm putting down roots. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, I need to drop into that because I think... It's not that I think I'm bigger than I am, but I live in a world where like... I am who I am.
You have self-respect.
I have self-respect, yes. And I shouldn't. And that's what it comes down to.
And it's been such a hard week politically. And so I'm really glad right off the bat we've tackled
the big stuff.
the big issues.
The big issues.
In these times, sometimes
everybody...
a dermatologist appointment is all you have to cling to.
Exactly. And that's why when I'm clinging to that, when that's my safety raft and that safety raft is like, no, you're not enough.
I hear you.
Tough.
I really hear you.
For me.
Well, Danielle, speaking of safety rafts.
We have no guest today. Speaking of safety rafts, it's just Casey and I in the Nook and April with us.
Yeah, giving it 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, but...
Speaking of safety rafts, you have started studying since I've last seen you.
Yes.
TM.
Transcendental meditation. Guys, it's life-changing. It was gifted to me by one Lennon Parham and Jessica St. Clair. Check out all their work.
Because you are currently writing
on their show, Playing House. It's very fun.
Unbelievably funny show.
Season awaiting you. I cannot wait till you guys see what we've got cooked up. But,
USA Network.
Yeah, USA Network. Plug. It's amazing. But as a gift to the writers, they gave us transcendental meditation. They hired this woman. And guys, it is life-changing. In the sense...
You look very centered.
Tired?
Oh. No, you don't. You look very relaxed.
I will say that I love transcendental meditation because it takes the pressure off. But she did say...
Now, how many times have you done this?
Since Friday.
3 times?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, twice a day. Yesterday, 3 times.
Wow.
So I am changing my life.
And your molecular makeup.
Yes. But she did say, and I am noticing that like I like it for anxiety. But she did say that you will be tired. And guys, I am barely here. Like I am like dragging myself out of bed.
Because Lynn from the David Lynch Foundation.
Yes. She says like it brings up your fatigue. If you are fatigued, which I guess I am, it brings it out. And so it has been brought out. But guys, I do feel everybody get on board. Go to the davidlynchfoundation.com.org. I think it's for charity, so I'm going to say it's an org.
Zen?
Dot love.
Dot it's all good. It's all easy, baby girl.
However you get here, you get here.
Dot this will be $1,000.
Yes, it's not cheap, but I am not paying for it. But it all goes to charity. All that money does go to charity.
Yes, and the David Lynch Foundation, their mission largely is to teach meditation in underserved neighborhoods and in prisons, even
soldiers like with PTSD. So it's an amazing cause.
It truly is.
But I am noticing that my level of anxiety is dropping. Like I'll be worried about something, and not that worry is not there because I live for work. I'm Jewish. Like I sound like Jules. I'm Jewish. I'm Asian. This is who I am. But my level of anxiety is at like a 90. Like that's my steady. Like that's where I live.
Right.
And so I do find that I'm sort of like not as stressed. Like it's not that I don't believe that I have.
Is it like the thoughts
there.
more outside of you, or you can look at it more?
Yeah, it's just more like, that's an anxiety I have. I'm worried about that thing, but it's going to be okay.
Wow.
So again, maybe I'm putting that on, but I am feeling
I don't think
that
you
a little
are.
bit. So that's fun.
That's
but
so great.
Or maybe I'm too tired to feel anxiety. I don't know.
Wow, that's so great. Danielle.
Yeah, so I'm.
And have you gotten your mantra yet?
Yes, I
Care
have.
to share it?
No, I can't. I'm not supposed to share it with anyone, let alone our listeners and you even, one of my closest friends.
I know.
I have a mantra, but then I was like, I realized at some point I was saying it completely wrong and the wrong mantra. At some point I was like, oh, what have I done?
You were like, bingo.
I know. I was like, this is not a word I believe.
They're like, it's binga.
Yeah. No, it was like, I was like, did I make up this word? It's kind of, I was like, did I just pick this up out of the ether and this is now my mantra? Like it's a made up word? Because I think the words are like Sanskrit or something. They're actual like words.
Well, I was given a mantra by, again, Lynn at the David Lynch Foundation many years ago. And I'm just going about my merry way, doing my meditation, loving it, much like you. But first you meditate for a while, then you get your mantra. And I was loving it. Then I got my mantra and something happened where I became so angry.
What?
I cannot describe to you, Danielle. My hands would be shaking. And you know I'm angry to begin with. So this was like, I didn't understand what the hell was going on. And I called Jessica St. Clair in a fit of tears. And I said, I don't think this is good for me. I'm so angry. And she's like, oh my God. She's like, well, normally people don't feel this. And I, and blah, 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 blah. Cut to a couple of years later, I was with this meditation guru, of course, as you will.
As you will.
Whitney Cummings, my girlfriend, had this guy do a little talk at her house, and he gave us a mantra that everybody did in the room. And I felt so amazing and peaceful and kind of all of the things I thought I would have felt earlier. And I go up to him at the end and I'm just like, hey, I was like, is it possible to ever feel, I don't know, angry when you're meditating? And right off the bat, he's like, can you tell me your mantra? Which was like the one thing she told me never to do. And I was like, yes, I can.
I'm betraying.
The look on his face, Danielle. Now, I know this is all insane and I've had to process this myself, but he's like, okay. Long pause. And he's like, she gave you a very powerful mantra, which means she sees you as a very powerful person.
Which you are.
He goes, but you are not there yet. And he basically like, he's like, basically, they're so far for me to get there. He's like, so I see where she was going with that lineage of mantra for you. He goes, but it is too strong. He's like, and I'm like a doctor. I'm going to give you a different prescription. He goes, I'm going to start you way back. And he goes, you must never do that mantra again. Wow. Danielle, at one point after doing it, I was like, I want to drive my car into oncoming people.
Wow.
And I switched, and from that day forward, he goes, we'll build up to that one. And of course I stopped doing it about a year ago, but I think I'll get there. But it was so interesting because I was like, these things have no meaning. They're just giving it, but it is very powerful. So he was like, she saw you in the future, but not where you are now.
Wow. Well, it's interesting. It's like the force is inside you. From Star Wars, guys. I'm gonna go somewhere.
Ooh.
And then, but you're not ready. The force is strong inside you. I think Obi-Wan says that. Maybe it's Yoda. I don't know.
Never seen it. Never seen a one, not a frame.
One of the Jim Henson characters says it to Han Solo. I don't know, guys. But
I'm like, to William Shatner.
To William Shatner. to Chris Pine
and the gay gentleman.
Yes, and I'm gonna say I forget his name. Sulu. To Princess Leia. I don't know, but
to Princess
what
Diana.
I'm saying is that's what is in you.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Wow, Danielle, I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. We'll see what this
You
journey
do seem
holds.
very.
I do feel kind of mellower.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is going to do to me, but I do feel less high strung today. Today, who knows forever.
You know, in my transcendental meditation class, and this is a good transition, I did it with Katie Dippold, who's from UCB with us. We came up with her. She's just the funniest,
An amazing woman.
amazing writer and actress. And she actually wrote The Heat and Ghostbusters. Speaking of, I went to the premiere on Saturday. I haven't had that kind of fun.
Really?
Yes.
So good?
At first I was like, oh, should I go? You know, I don't know. And June and I went with her husband, Paul. We had a blast. It was so fun.
I can't wait to see it.
There was little girls, like hundreds of little girls in the Ghostbusters outfits.
Oh, come on.
In the like jumpsuits with their little packs on their back. And I'm like, this is the happiest I've ever been. I don't need a mantra.
No, I just need little girls with proton packs.
Yes, and I just need to see like a big marshmallow man, and I'm good. It was so good. Leslie Jones, Danielle.
Is she a killer?
She's a killer. She crushes it. She takes it and just crushes it. And Kate McKinnon is a genius. And
cannot
of
wait to
course,
see it.
then there's Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy.
We know that they are geniuses.
We don't have to say anything about them.
Yeah.
And Katie did such a great job with it. It's just such a fun summer movie. It's so great.
No, I cannot wait to see it. I'm jealous that you've seen it already.
And it's gotten like some reviews that I'm just kind of like, wow, I didn't see that. You know, like when you go see, what's that Channing Tatum movie, like White House Down or whatever?
Yes.
Like it's in that vein in terms of like, this is just fun.
Really?
That's all I'm going to say is I'm having fun.
I gotta go.
And Neil Casey, who,
I
you
love.
know.
Yes, and was on Marry Me.
On Marry Me from
Played our cheesemonger.
UCB is the villain, and he gives me a thrill, as does Chris Hemsworth.
Oh.
June said the funniest thing after. She goes, we were like titillated by Chris Hemsworth.
As I am always.
We were like holding hands and like squeezing hands when he would come on
Their
screen.
husband right next door.
Oh yeah. I was like, ooh, he really gave me a thrill. And she's like, thank God they didn't just slap a spray tan on a male comedian. She goes, thank you for giving us someone to look at.
It's a gift because in male movies they always give you they give you Sigourney Weaver right out of the gate in Ghostbusters. She's a handsome woman, and it's kind of like we don't get.
In our movies, they're like, here's John Lovitz playing like a 20-year-old surfer.
Here's Paul Rudd, God bless, but he is not. He's gorgeous, but he's not. I need a hunk.
And we got an old-timey hunk.
Yes. An old-fashioned hunk that I don't care what he says.
June was like, they don't make them like that anymore.
I mean, I just want to look at them pecs.
I know.
I want to slide my hands down his bod.
Danielle.
Sorry. Guys, it's TM. I don't know what it's doing to me.
Wow.
I'm just so zen.
You really are. And then we had an experience, and then we're going to get to the Housewives.
I promise we'll get to the Housewives. You guys, we'll get to those girls good and ready.
But we had such an experience on
something
Saturday.
happened this weekend that
You
maybe it's not the transit. Well, we went to a shower. A baby shower.
A baby shower that I hosted.
That Casey hosted.
I
was in charge of.
Behind this.
She made this happen. And what came to us was, yes, talk of babies and adorable shoes that we all went, oh.
And tearful toast.
I mean, beautiful. The decor was gorgeous.
Yep.
The theme was whimsy. And
the person I threw the shower for insisted on a theme that everyone would dress accordingly for, which is different.
Yeah.
It's different. And she was so serious about it. I gave her a clipboard and I had her judge all of our friends. And there's only it was a second baby. So it was a sprinkle, as they call it in the South, which I think is so cute.
I love it.
So we're all sitting around and we all had to dress as it relates to the word whimsical, with whimsy.
A Pinterest board was set up for, clarification.
And just ideas and a route you should go. And we had fans and we sat outside and everybody looked so gorgeous.
Except
Danielle.
Guys, I went for it.
Could I post the Instagram of
yes,
you?
Yes, you can.
Guys, when Danielle showed up, my eyes bugged out of my head at her interpretation of whimsy.
Guys, mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
Let me just quickly, it's so hard to describe what you were wearing.
I will say most of it was my 2-year-old daughter's.
And that was part of the problem. Okay, everyone's in I can't even describe flowy
Flowers.
kind of Polynesian.
Yeah, like a pussy willow in the hair. You know what I mean? Just
flowers.
Dips and dabs of adorable.
And looking gorgeous. And whimsical,
yes.
really.
And
what happened to you?
I will say.
And you knew you were going to be judged because I did send out an email to the girls and I said,
gonna be judged.
This isn't a joke. Our friend is going to go through each person and you were judged on 4 things. Intention, whimsy,
execution.
Spirit.
Yes, spirit. And I got a lot of points in spirit.
And brass tacks, which is just hair, makeup, nails, hygiene.
I did not do well.
No, you didn't.
Tacks.
No, you
I
didn't.
will say that most of my wardrobe is very white, black, and gray.
And you wear a lot of a nautical stripe,
yes,
a tailored jean, a leather jacket.
Yes, so it's all basics.
That look great on you.
Yes, I'm a Carol.
Yes, you are.
I'm a Carol. And
that's generous,
from
but
New
yes.
York. I mean, yes, I long to be a Carol. I should clarify. I'm not there yet. Just
I'm
as you're
kidding
not
you.
ready for your TM word, I am not ready for Carol, but I hope to get to Carol.
That's where you're going.
That's where I'm going.
So
I'm
to
not
see
there.
Danielle Schneider show up in an off the shoulder.
Yes, with a ruffle.
A
huge ruffle.
And then what I cannot even express, and I am going to post a picture of this on my Instagram, a bow that I guess is your daughter's.
My daughter's head bow that was bought to her by her caretaker when I'm at work.
That should be, I believe, for a little girl, maybe placed in the back on top of a ponytail.
I wore it mid forehead.
Mid? Danielle, it was not mid. It was at your hairline.
Yes, it was. It should have been maybe back in sort of a preppier way.
It
was.
It was like when a child, when you go to a birthday party and a kid puts on their party hat and it's really too close to the front.
6-month-old baby when they don't have hair. So you put a bow to make it look like something. That's where that bow was on me.
It was so upsetting and startling. And then clipped. Okay, so again, we have an off-the-shoulder ruffled dress that is just very cute, actually.
Could be worn well. Was not, but could have been.
But the accoutrement, and then you grabbed a beaded, was it a firefly?
Yes, it was.
It was very large.
Yes, it was. It was my child's art project.
You looked like one big art project.
Preschool. And
preschool.
As walking out the door, I was like, I need one more thing.
So you looked at that bow on your forehead and it was humongous
it's not
bow.
Enough. Yeah. I said it's not enough.
Okay.
You know how you're supposed to take one thing off before you leave the door? I was under thinking put one more thing on. And so it wasn't a clip. It would not have stuck to me. And so
And that was the first sign it's not meant to be on clothes. There's nothing that can affix this item to clothes. And
so
what did you do?
I said to my husband, grab me a safety pin. He was like, what am I doing? What am I doctoring up? And he went through his
large safety pin.
A large safety pin, and he tacked it to me. He did this to me.
And you can see the safety pin with a large beaded firefly just dangling off, and you put it kind of where a breast pocket would go.
Yeah, where a pocket square might go.
So it was just flopping over your breast.
And it didn't stay, so it was sort of going back and forth as I moved. As I gesticulated, it would go with me.
And then you threw an earring on.
A feather.
Now, again, I want everyone to know that the goal with this wasn't costume party. It was really dressed classically elegant.
And I did not... that was not a word I'd use to describe what I put together in a rush.
And now everyone, when we sat down, was very friendly. As a friend, when someone walks up, everyone's like, "Oh, Danielle, that's neat."
Everyone. I was the person at the party who was not invited but didn't realize, maybe had gotten wind, but nobody wanted there.
And Jessica St. Clair, your dearest friend, some would say,
one of my closest,
kept saying throughout the thing, "Danielle, you look terrible. I can't even look at you."
She said, "I'm disgusted." Because she was right in the eye line of my bow.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting next to her.
And she was just really upset. And then when the judging went on, All I can say is what shook out is that Danielle Schneider in this outfit got second place.
Exactly. So there you go.
And we heard from the judge, our girlfriend, the reason she did was because her intention was so strong. She tried so hard and failed so miserably.
So hard. But I had tried so hard. And, you take a big swing. Babe Ruth struck out many times. He did. And so he swung a lot. He has the biggest home run record, or did at some time. Again, I don't know these things. These are...
Right.
Hearsay. These are inspirational words from someone else to another person that I've overheard.
And I love you, Danielle. And you were such a great sport. People were literally, dear friends, saying in your face, I don't like the way you look. You're making me uncomfortable.
Yeah. And I took it.
Yeah.
I took it all.
And people were really taking you down.
Yeah.
Because when it was brass tacks time for that judging, I remember just asking you to show your feet, to show lack of a pedicure.
It wasn't fresh.
No. And I pointed that out. And in the hopes it would dock you points.
Was against me. But I think because everyone was so against me that our fearless leader who was doing the judging was like, I feel sorry for you and I need to build you up because you've been broken down.
So that was the first part of the event.
Yes.
The second part of the event was we adjourned to another girlfriend who was throwing the party with me.
And when they say don't let them take you to the second location... They mean it. When Oprah says never let them take you to the second location because it's not going to be good.
We set up, we said, look, we're going to quickly go to another girlfriend's house a few blocks away. And people have kids. This is a Saturday. Everybody's busy. But we said we have a really special presentation. We have something pretty moving and emotional. Some people couldn't be here.
Yeah.
So we were kind of, priming our mama to be with maybe a video from a parent who couldn't be there, maybe some home video footage.
Was not that.
No. Who came to the door, Danielle?
Well, a pizza man.
And then he promptly took his shirt off.
Guys, there was a stripper. And when I say we were a group of 6
in a
studio apartment. Nowhere to run.
Nowhere to hide. Sebastian came.
He was gorgeous. May I say that he was the best looking stripper that I have set my eyes
I've hired
on.
so many strippers in my day. And
is another story.
I love to do it. And he... of all stripes. And I feel like in LA, it's like you got the
actors. He could
right
be on
for the
CSI next week.
He was gorgeous.
Eyes, blue eyes, green blue eyes that I could get lost in.
He took his shirt off and then proceeded into his pants.
Oh yeah,
and
real quick. It went from 0 to 60 so fast.
Our mama to be was shocked. Shock doesn't even do.
I will say as he mounted her.
And as he wrapped her arms around his bare buttocks.
I did feel like he had the baby in mind. When I felt like he was sensitive to a 9-month pregnant woman.
Who, while she was being turned over and basically simulating being fucked from behind, was screaming, I'm full term! I'm full term!
So she could have busted that baby out at any second. So I felt like
we did give him this obvious heads up.
Yeah.
And so he was both rough and gentle.
I know. It felt like, I could see how this could happen. Like, this all works. It's still like he's a stripper. He is mounting her. He is putting her in every sexual position, but he did it with a real soft hand.
Yeah. And at one point he had us, of course, as you will with your friend who's 9 months pregnant, cover her in dollars.
Yes.
And
I did.
He basically ate them all off of her.
From some parts where babies come out of.
It was a shock.
It was a shock, but...
I always say, if you're hosting a party, and I think Patricia from Southern Charm would agree,
yes.
And you're not sure of a surprise element, you bring a stripper.
Yes. I think it would be on her town and country list of things to do.
And I learned after the fact that you can order them full nude, which I did not know.
I'm glad. I didn't need to have that in my memory.
Well, that's a regret for me, but moving on. Yeah.
That would have been tough. I mean, I
love to shock.
Oh, it would have been some shock and some awe.
Yeah.
I will say though, the hardest part for me is always when the music's off. And the clip, clop, the feet on the ground and the gathering of the dollars and us all turning away and having small talk as to pretend it's not happening. Yeah. That is the toughest
Because when
part.
you have a pregnant woman, you don't want the stripping to go on for too long.
No.
So at about 5 minutes, I gave a real, thank you, Sebastian.
The saddest thing is like, no games?
Well, and he tried to grab me and get something else started. And I'm like, no games.
No.
But thank you
on your
so
way.
much. Be on your merry.
And so he was collecting dollars and putting on clothes in front of us.
Again, it's 2:30 in the day.
Yeah, again, light of day, raw daylight. But it was wonderful, and I thank you for that lovely time.
You're so welcome.
I got mentally and physically abused.
You really did. Danielle, what do you have sitting in front of you?
Oh, Casey, as I told everybody,
get my camera ready for this too.
I have ordered the Kylie lip kit.
Seems to have arrived promptly.
I worried because of the scuttlebutt about that it hadn't been arriving. People hadn't gotten theirs, but this came right on time.
And I don't know if you saw Keeping Up this week, but they did a whole segment on like Kylie was, bringing out like more colors or whatever. And she was in a complete panic that the site was going to shut down, and it didn't. So I feel like they've put different practices in place.
Yes. I feel like she has adjusted to the consumer needs.
Kris Jenner's not fucking around.
No, she's not.
And when we say Kylie, we mean Kris.
Oh yeah, Kylie. It should say Kris. Like Kris is living vicariously through these daughters. These daughters have done nothing. It is Kris behind it all. I will say, as far as the packaging goes, it's gorgeous.
Let me see.
Is it environmentally friendly? No. A tiny little package within a much larger package, but it's worth it.
I don't love that. Now, what's this?
Well, that's just, they don't want, it's like a piece of foam in case you don't want the lip kit to get broken, I guess.
All right.
But it comes in a huge package.
I don't love that. It's a humongous box for a very small lip kit.
Yes, but I think it's beautiful. It shows the lip kit like dripping down.
They're so smart because they're making such an event out of this.
Yes.
What is this simply like? In CVS, they'll be like brands like Apartment 45.
Yeah.
And it's like a 2-cent lip gloss.
And it's in French, too. Rouge à lèvres, liquide mat et crayon à lèvres. If Kylie could translate that, I'll give you $1 million. There is no way that Kylie knows what the fuck that means.
Now, what color is this again?
I thought I got literally, but I don't think this is literally. I might have.
I'd be curious to know if that was a fuck up or.
I don't know. What did I get me? This says.
How much was this, Danielle?
Like $40.
Whoa. I wonder if all the packaging is brown like that.
I don't know. So what is my color? It says
Dolce.
So this is.
Oh, what's that?
Kit. It's a kit, so it's 2 parts. This is a liner.
It's not a kit. It's a liner and a gloss.
It's a kit. So I'm lining now, Casey. How am I looking?
I mean, you're doing it with no mirror, which I'm impressed.
I know my lips.
You know what? It kind of looks like this color with love. In the 80s, there was a color, if anyone remembers, I believe it's MAC, called Spice.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
I wore it.
Brown.
Uh-huh. Is this what I'm doing?
There's some brown tints, but it's also a nude. Okay,
so the liner is on, everybody. It goes on dry.
Yeah, but hopefully it's about to wet out.
I will say that the lip gloss or whatever isn't very tight. Like I could open it already, which makes me
just like Kylie.
That she opens real easy.
Okay, let me take a little photo of you.
Okay, here we're doing it, guys. I'm putting it on. Ooh, it goes on nice. Has a smell of a candy, a sort of a candy smell. Would you like to smell it? Casey's face right now.
I feel like you've taken such a beating. I don't know what to say. Let me just get a little. And I don't know how to say this.
Say it.
Well, it's a brown,
and so it's not the color for me. April says, yeah.
It's not your color, but and I'm so sorry to say that. And I don't know if that's Kylie's fault or your fault.
That might be my fault. I'm not going to blame Kylie. Guys, it dries so fast. It's already dry.
You see that color? I'm just going to show you.
Guys, it's the worst picture I've ever seen of myself.
I'm so sorry, Danielle, because
what are we gonna do? It's on.
Let me take one more without the kit. It's an interesting color.
And guys, I have on other makeup, and so that's tough too because I felt like it took away the other makeup. You know how like a color can.
The color.
Oh no.
Danielle, you're a gorgeous girl.
Not anymore.
Yes, you are. But you are, and I need you to know that. Like, I wish I could look like you. This is not your color. Wow,
guys.
And again, I don't know if that's Kylie or you.
I will say it dries so fast that I worry I'm not going to be able to get it off.
I love the back. It says Kylie's tips. So these are basically the instructions. Line lips with lip liner, fill lips in with liquid lip color. Those are tips?
That's just called common sense, bitch.
I mean, distributed by King Kylie.
King Kylie. Well, King.
Hey, you know what? God bless her. She's working it. And I would like to see you in a different color.
Okay, well, I'll try again.
Maybe for our live show.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll find another color.
Speaking of live shows.
Guys.
You guys have been so generous in terms of buying tickets for the show, and we're so appreciative. And we have added another show.
Yes, it is August 25th. That's a Thursday evening at Largo, just like this show. It's at 8:30. Please come get tickets. It'll be a totally different show than the July show. And
the website is ready.
Yes, so it's ready for your orders. We'll post the link on when I post on Twitter today and on Instagram. But yeah, get tickets. We'd love to see you. We want to meet you all of you.
And we just want to give you the information for our Facebook page because these mills finally just figured out how to find it.
Yes, it is Bitch Sesh by Aileen 2, a real podcast breakdown. Guys, we love this site. It's amazing.
We did nothing to make it happen, and yet I couldn't have done this well.
No, you guys have killed it with this site. So
it's really making me laugh.
Yeah, you guys are amazing. So, and anyone who needs to find it, to find like minds, go to this place. It's a safe space.
It's a very safe space.
It's a very safe space. Guys, I'm still not over this lipstick.
That lip kit's...
Can you look at me? How can you look at me?
It's not even brown. April, what color is that? It's like a brown
Do I look like I sucked on poo?
It's
a khaki?
Dark khaki, says April.
I have a khaki lip.
Coffee?
None of these are good words that are using.
It's not going anywhere. That's the bad news.
No, can...
It also, I would have thought, if I may, do you feel your lips are plumped up?
Not a bit.
I would think it would have like a plumping agent.
No plumping agent, because I've used ones with plumping agent. Like
where it stings.
Yeah. This is, if anything, I feel like my lips have gone down. My lips are depressed. I'm not sure. But again, I don't know if it's
you look ghastly. And again,
I have to go out and face the world today.
You know what? Everyone will be meditating. Their eyes will be closed.
I gotta scrub this filth off.
Feel
of me.
anxiety about it.
I need to take a Silkwood shower and get this stuff off.
Because you look great in a bright lip. I remember at the Hot Wives premiere when Danielle does it up with a bright lip and a little number, because you have what our listeners may or may not know is a great body.
Thank you.
No,
You're
like beyond.
Kind. You're very
Danielle
kind.
is slim as could be with humongous boobs.
Guys, since childbirth, they're at rest now, but they're not at play. They're at rest.
No, you have a great body, and we're always asking you to get your body out to the people.
Yes, I know. I'm trying. Today, I will not be getting her out there. Today, she is in hiding.
Well, should we go through, guys? There are three episodes of Housewives this week. That's a lot.
It was a lot, and I thought we were going to be overwhelmed. But how do you feel, Casey?
Well, when I got to the last one, because it was New Jersey, then it was Orange County, and last night I came home from a parenting group, which is why I couldn't do the show last night, and I was like, I'll be honest, I'm tired. I don't know if I can take down another hour of these shows because, as you know, any job gets, no matter how fun it is, well, it went down easy.
I know it did. I was like, I'm exhausted. Oh, and my husband comes in because, again, it's like 10:30 at night, and he's, as we all know, Matt is not a fan of Real Housewives, and he's like, ugh, is this over yet? And I looked at him and I said, no, it's over when it's over.
Slam!
Bitch. I know. I was like, does it look over?
You're like, does it look like they're going to stop screaming anytime soon?
Don't ask questions that you can answer yourself.
You're like, does Sonia's brother-in-law's butler look done serving?
Oh, we have to get into him. But anyway, so it was a real treat. We were worried that it was going to be
a slog.
A slog, but it felt right as rain.
So let's start with New Jersey.
New Jersey, I literally just wrote down stream of conscious thoughts.
I want to hear them all because New Jersey is back.
Yes.
And, it was kind of exciting. Not exciting, I guess is the wrong word, when someone comes home from prison and is reunited
with their kids.
Exciting.
Yeah. That's exciting.
It was an interesting episode. It's like Christmas time in New Jersey, and Teresa is finally being released from Danbury State Prison.
Yes.
After a year.
A full year.
Away from her 4 children.
I know.
Which is tough.
That's real tough.
So we're picking up with Joe and what's gone on with him with those 4 girls trampling all over him.
Oh, they are running him ragged.
Where's the redhead? Manzo.
She's no longer on it. She's manzoed with children.
She needs to get back on.
Yeah,
and I don't like her.
I know you don't.
But
we need her.
I felt like we were missing an anchor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Jacqueline's not going to do it for me in that regard.
No, Jacqueline has gone off the ledge. But
I do like Jacqueline, and I
think
she's a great mom.
What I wrote about Jacqueline is Jacqueline's new face is tough. It's tough. She's done some stuff, and it's a lot.
And I wish she'd put that money elsewhere.
Well, she didn't, and now they're losing their house. Guys...
Horrible.
Well, she put it in her face. I don't feel bad for her.
Yeah.
Like, it's to spend money on things that are.
She looks good.
I don't, Casey. I feel like
she looks nice this season. She's got a new energy to her and a new, like pep in her step with Ashley.
Yes, I think she's happy that Ashley's home, but that sort of Last Supper at the Christmas supper
tough.
at the house was tough for me. I think, what they've gone through is tough, like in terms of
I felt bad though when her husband was like almost crying.
Yeah.
He's a sweet
they
man.
have been through some tough stuff, but I also feel like, what are you focusing on Teresa for? Like you have a world, you have a family that loves you, you love them. Like who can like Teresa's a terrible friend to you, you're a terrible friend to her. Stop talking. Like I guess then there's no show, but I was just kind of like, you got bigger things
fish to fry.
Yeah, like why are you driving yourself crazy with this shit?
Well, I love when we are revealed. It's revealed that Teresa has been sending quote unquote notes through her lawyer to the women, and I'm thinking an email. I don't know what it would look like in my head. Well, it's old fashioned.
Oh yeah, pen to paper, plume. She took to the plume,
plume to parchment, which her lawyer, I guess, has then photographed a screenshot of the notes that Teresa's had to write out, and then just texted
the original
them.
text, guys. The original text.
And then just texted them to people.
It's real funny. It feels like she's getting her ducks in a row. Like she's like, Teresa's out.
And they weren't long notes. It was just like, hey, girl, I'll be home soon.
I heard you asking about me.
Wow. Okay. What are your thoughts, Danielle?
These were my thoughts. Just Envy by Melissa Gorga. Gonna sell a lot of sparkly tops. New Aileen too?
Yeah, for sure.
Dolores. Looks like Dina with self-tanner. The new Dolores.
Yeah.
Siggy has a facelift and bisque through a straw.
Okay, we're going to get to Siggy.
I have anxiety over Teresa's house. I don't know how that's being paid for, and it gives me a lot of anxiety.
And I have to say with love, like when both parties, adults are going to jail, how are you maintaining a probably 10,000 square foot home? It's not right. No. Sell your fucking house.
And even if you can't, like, how are they still in it? Like, I can't understand the money that just like to pay the water bill every month. It gives me
to pay the wine bill for Joe.
Juicy Joe. Jacqueline and Chris lost their business, so Blackwater is not doing well.
I know. I feel bad about that.
Teresa didn't want Melissa to visit her in prison. I get it.
She didn't want Melissa? I thought she didn't want Jacqueline.
No, she didn't let Melissa visit her in prison.
Well, I missed that nuance.
Yeah.
Why?
I get it.
They're not good?
It's not that they're not good, but Melissa and her have always had a relationship that is fraught with jealousy. And it is like,
if you're serving time, don't you just don't even give a fuck who comes through the door?
No, I don't think Teresa. I think Teresa, everything is so planned in that woman's life. She is just like, she'll feel bad about herself. Here's Melissa off living her life, recording her music in her underground music studio, like living the life.
And I think it's got to be hard because Melissa and Joe appear to be doing so well financially.
Yes.
Are they?
I can't imagine that they are. Why wouldn't they be helping their sister out?
What's the industry there?
Everyone is in goddamn construction. And I don't know. I'm not saying that doesn't make money, but
sounds like you are.
No, I'm just saying that like they're all in construction, but how come half their businesses aren't doing well? And so like I don't understand. Like, and why aren't they in business together? They're like, it's confusing.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Another thought was Gia is a queen. She is running that household.
She has grown up so much that I'm like, wow. I actually got sad. I'm like, this is dark.
Yeah. Oh, it is. I believe it to be.
You know, a mother has gone to jail. The older daughter has had to completely step up. She's dressing the kids. She's taking care of them because their mom is in jail.
Yes.
Because
and
of
father
something their dad did.
To jail. Like, that is not a position any child should be in. She is a queen.
Yeah.
A queen. I have Rosie, love the longer hair. It softens you.
You know, I love Rosie. Rosie got a little bit of the, Candy Burgess's mom.
Yes.
In her at one point, which is like, you're loving her, you're loving her, you're loving her. Whoa, she knows you love her, and now she's gone much. Crazy.
Yes.
But I love Rosie, of course.
I do too.
Hate Kathy.
Well, remember her coffee? The Wakili coffee made us crazy. We tried that Wakili
still
coffee.
Coming off of that.
Yeah, that was a buzz that, like this lip kit, will never be gone.
I needed to wean, even though I only had 2 sips, slower.
Yeah, I literally was like, what do I do today? Like, I needed to go.
When you're doing TM, it's the Wakili coffee that's seeping out of you. Okay, now, take me through the girls. Okay. G is the eldest.
She is the eldest.
Of course.
Gabriella is the second.
Okay.
She's the one that sort of doesn't look like either of them.
Gabriella's... Is that a love child?
I don't know.
Hate to say this about a child.
Yeah. She does not seem to be of this family.
But she's got a grace to her.
Yes. I think
she's... And a poise.
But she's kind of like a sporty spice. She's dropped into her voice. Like...
She is like one of these things is not like the other in a great way.
Yes.
When she ran into her mother's arms, I was like, oh, that's a child they adopted that's like living in this house of horrors.
Yeah. No, she's the best of them.
She really is.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's incredible.
She's got a great head on her shoulders.
Yes, she's amazing.
Yeah. And now who are the other two?
Now,
well, of course, Melania.
Is Melania.
Is she the little one?
No, that's Adriana. Melania is a monster.
Yeah, Melania
is the Kingsley of children. she is.
She's just biting and not getting put down.
Yes. She is. I am afraid of Melania.
I am too. And speaking of Kingsley, there was another incident.
Yeah.
Who did Kingsley attack this time?
Kim Richards' dog, Kingsley. I know we're going into Beverly Hills territory, but...
Attacked a makeup artist?
Something like that. I read the article, but it was like one of many. So
one
it was
of many.
Like,
why? And I know this is very controversial, and I know there are a lot of loving pit bulls, but this is not one of them.
No, Kingsley is not a good egg.
Kingsley is a beast.
And Melania scares me the way that Kingsley scares me. Like, I should not be left in a room alone with her. She will...
I feel like Melania is going to jump through the TV and like, attack!
Yeah, she is. She's like a Tasmanian devil.
She really is.
But God bless her. She's a powerful little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Adriana, who has grown up. I remember when she was a baby.
I know.
So there's... I also said, Joe... You fuck. Stand up when your wife comes in the door from fucking prison.
He was on his phone like,
hey, babe. I was like, stand up.
A wife beater.
Oh.
Can you throw on a shirt with sleeves for 1 second?
Sleeves when your wife walks in the door from prison.
He doesn't even get up, guys. It was so shocking. He just looks and he's like, hey. He's like, hold on. Like, let me finish this fucking text.
I know. Ugh.
It was shocking.
It's not good for that family.
A girlfriend of mine was saying she cried when Teresa came home.
I did.
You did.
I did. She hugged the girls.
I didn't.
I did. When those girls were hugging her.
I'm worried about what that says about me. And I was really happy for them that she was home.
No, I cried. I don't know. It was just my natural human reaction.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But when she saw Joe, because he wouldn't get up, I was like, fuck this guy. But when all the kids went in for the hug... Again, it was
powerful.
It was very powerful. Those poor girls, all 4 of them. God love them.
You have a lot of great notes.
Yes.
Do you have more?
No, I
about New Jersey.
Oh, she says there's no veggies in prison, which was tough to hear.
Mm-hmm.
But she still kept trim because that's a lot of carbs in prison. Have you seen O.J. Simpson recently?
No.
He does not. I watched the documentary and he is big.
Wow. But she seems to have been working out a ton.
There's not a lot of fresh food in prison. And all the girls had blowouts when they hugged their mom.
That's nice.
And that was nice.
And it seemed that they were self-styled.
Yeah. Everyone was styled to the nines. Everyone looked good.
I had just one word.
Okay.
Siggy.
Siggy Flicker.
Is that her last name?
Siggy Flicker, I believe.
Siggy. Now, is it Ziggy or is it Siggy? Which I love.
Siggy.
My grandmother used to smoke and would always be like, give me a Siggy.
She is the cigarettes of humans.
Danielle, in the past, you've called for
more Jews,
and you got them, girl.
Yeah. Sometimes, as a Jewess myself, you know, I always am like, God, there's not enough Jews on this program. Like, let us in.
And she's a great voice for your people.
I feel like sometimes you don't get the Jew you want, you get the Jew you need. And that is Siggy.
If you haven't seen the episode, the woman we're speaking of, her name is Siggy, Siggy. Siggy arrived at a lunch. We'd never seen this character before, wearing a babushka.
Yeah.
Around her face, a silk babushka, because she'd had a facelift and her chin and neck had not settled.
Yeah.
And proceeded to pick up a large bowl of soup.
Bisque.
Bisque.
It was a lobster bisque.
A lobster bisque and drink it through a straw.
Which, God bless.
Siggy.
That was an entrance. You make an entrance. You know, here's a heads up to the Jules and the what's her name, Kelly or whatever of the world. You make an entrance.
You do, and she's just like, yeah,
episode.
I've had a facelift recently, and
the girl makes an entrance.
I have to drink my soup through a straw and deal with it.
And I'm interested to know what she's going to bring us this season.
I am too.
Because if that's how you enter, how are you going to conduct yourself?
Yes,
she's no fool.
No, so that's
Jersey. Now we move on to OC, guys.
Snooze alert.
Snooze. Vicky does have a new blue testimonial outfit, though, that I thought was a lot of cleavage.
Yeah.
A lot of cleavage.
Vicky, so much going on with her and Brianna. First, I thought their road trip was going to be fun, like Oprah and Gail's.
That was.
Which is my favorite show I've ever seen.
If I could watch that on repeat for the rest of my life, I would.
I love part 2. Where's part 3?
I don't know.
Watching Oprah and Gail do a road trip with their Moscow mules was so delightful, but it was not that.
No, this was the opposite. And Vicky, to make your daughter drive.
What the fuck? Why wasn't her daughter has had major surgery?
Said, and she is a nurse, so she knows like the pain scale and things like that. Like she's no fool. She said she's on an 8 out of 10.
And Vicky sitting shotgun is like, what can I do, baby? I'm like, drive for starters.
And then when they were finished with the 21-hour road trip, who's carrying the bags up the stairs? The daughter.
And then Brianna has to go to the ER. She's literally rushed to the ER. Something's going on, complications, this, that, the other. She comes back. She's crying hysterically at the dining room table. She's got 2 kids crawling all over her. I mean, it literally looked like hell.
Yes.
She's having basically a complete medical emergency with 2 small toddlers.
Yes.
And Vicky's like, gotta go to work, Bri.
Like Kodo can't survive a day without you.
How about your inept son can run Kodo for a day?
I mean, I was furious.
But then it's so hard because then Vicky was like, I just bought them a house. Money doesn't grow on trees. And then I immediately was kind of like, I get that.
This day,
I know.
Take a break. Don't buy that,
Could she at least help her with a babysitter, just someone to watch so that Brianna could go lie down?
It was.
And then the next day, Vicky's like showing up at a beach party.
I know. She is the most unlikable human.
A complicated woman.
Miss June Diane, who supports Vicky in everything she does and stands by her. I would like to hear what she has to say about that episode.
You know what she's going to say. Vicky has to work, guys. She has to work.
Not that day.
Dawn, she's giving support for Dawn. She's, blah, 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 blah,
I
blah.
don't care. Then don't buy a $10,000 refrigerator. Like, figure it out.
Right. Good point.
I'm sorry.
Question.
Yes.
Did they have flown from Oklahoma?
I thought that too. Believe me, I went down a real wormhole of like, why are they doing this?
Guess they had to get like Mazda SUV home.
I wonder if you can't flying is so uncomfortable and like getting through the airport and all of that stuff.
Danielle, a 20-hour road trip.
I know. I was trying to figure out, or like sometimes you're not supposed to fly.
I guess they had all their stuff.
Like I was like, I don't know. Believe me, I was trying to get to the bottom of it. Because it was one of the toughest episodes I've ever seen of like just pure pain.
And the most boring.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was also painful.
Yeah.
For us.
Kelly's not bringing me a lot.
8 out of 10 for me, too.
Kelly's not bringing a lot.
No. Heather's house. Guys, this woman is so out of touch.
I know.
To complain about this house and what Terry's doing and not doing is so boring and obnoxious.
Do you think they're having sex a lot?
No, I don't. You know who is having sex a lot? The Gorgas.
Ooh. When Joe was like wrap around this and like touching his dick, basically being like
showing us his dick, like giving us a nude scene in the shower
that I don't need.
I do not need at all. But I do believe that they are having a lot of sex.
Yeah,
I don't know if she wants it, but they are having it.
I
is
know.
what
I
believe.
kind of appreciate a man that's that into his wife.
I mean, he is all up in that.
And by the way, I thought Melissa Gorga looked so gorgeous in her
She's
testimonials.
stunning. She's stunning with that new blonde.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's doing great. But do I think that Heather and Terry are having sex? I can't picture it. I can't picture what that looks like.
I know.
The Dupre, like their new house is so boring.
Tamara and that trainer.
Oh, that's
Mia.
That's Mia.
Tamara's found quite a friend in Mia who's wearing a lot of hats.
Yes.
As both trainer and spiritual advisor.
Yeah, so strange.
Trainer for a bodybuilder contest. And I did not need the 80s split screen.
No, I certainly don't. And then there's, that whole thing. It's
Mia's like, Tamara, I was put into your life for a reason. And my husband was like, yeah, so you can be on TV, Mia. Like,
Yeah.
enough.
And then, Kelly coming to Vicky's rescue. I was like, Vicky doesn't need you, and you don't know what you're talking about. You haven't been around. Like, I got mad for the other woman. It's like, you don't know what you're talking about.
I know.
Like, she lied about her husband or her boyfriend having cancer. Like,
And for Kelly to say to David Bador when he arrives at the beach party, so these two, they just do a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
And she's like, ooh, that's the most action I've gotten in years. Ooh. About someone else's husband who's standing right there.
that is, and they've gone through issues. There's no way she doesn't know that.
Not the way to win friends and influence people.
No, it's not. Yeah, that was, I thought, insulting, insensitive.
I love Shannon, and I really do. And I think she's fun. And I'm starting to question her whole, like, we're just downsizing. Something's going on financially. But David Bador, it makes me laugh. Like, everything they've gone through, I'm like, for 20 seconds of jizzing, he has had to go through, like, 5 years of therapy.
In hell.
I want to be like, worth it, David?
Yeah. You want to know, remember Shannon's outfit at the beach party?
Yeah.
That was, like, my outfit at the baby shower.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
I did that.
That's how much it missed the mark.
Yeah.
Because she had, like, a headband.
Yeah. Yeah, so I see myself in her, and so I feel for her.
Although I do feel like Shannon's bringing a really easy breeziness this year that I love.
I love Shannon this year. She is graduated to top of the heap for me.
And Megan King Edmonds, I'm like, the way she needs a lip kit, a plumper.
Yeah, and guys, I don't give a shit about her fertility journey, and I say this as someone who has their own I had a fertility journey. I did IVF. I've gone through it. Speaking of someone who went through it, like, I don't care about hers. I just don't. It feels hollow. It feels empty. I'm just saying that.
Wow.
As someone who went through it.
Yeah, no, I
feel like I can say it because I did it.
Yeah.
And this episode was not worthy of a to be continued.
It sure wasn't.
I was like, are we serious? Did you guys just put that on at the end?
I feel like they don't have much this season. They really don't. It's honestly, of the 3 going on right now, I put it in last place. Although it did really make me laugh when Tamara said in her testimonial, Vicky's like the older sister I don't want.
Yes. I'm still going to watch.
What I can't wait for, and it's coming, is the drunken night out when Vicky and Tamara reunite.
Yes.
And it's
it
like,
always
Vic!
has to happen.
And they were getting there a little bit on the beach, but it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely coming.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Okay, let's get into New York before we, skedaddle.
Yeah, so New York, guys. I thought it had some moments this week. I thought that we had some real light, and maybe it's because Sonya's there. When Sonya's there, it turns up the volume. Her dinner party alone. God.
Rocco was very into those large napkins.
Oh, that was...
What was going on with those napkins?
They were pillowcases.
They were large. And don't you get the sense Sonia throws this very kind of old worldly dinner party, which I did appreciate, but I'm like, none of that silverware is clean.
No. It felt like she was having a dinner party in
for ghosts.
Yeah, it was so small. The table was like a card table. Like it was...
It's like what my grandma played bridge on.
The food did not look great. It felt like, again, like times had passed. The good times were gone, and she was trying to recreate them.
I wrote down, to me, Sonia 100% is Amanda from the Glass Menagerie.
Yes.
And I'm going to quote a line from it. What are we going to do? What is going to become of us? What is the future? Yes. That's Sonia.
Tennessee Williams and Sonia. Yes.
Yeah.
I wrote down a quote that Sonia said after revealing that she had had sex with Tom last week. It's like, look, did I advertise it everywhere? No, just we had sex at certain private Upper East Side locales. Upper East Side locale.
And I love when she's schooling her interns. She's like, someone buzzes and she's like, that's why we buzz them in. Could be the Dwayne Reed guy, could be the plumber.
Yes.
And that sounds nothing like
Those
Sonia.
seem like, those, actually it did. So I disagree. But those new interns, never seen them before.
No. And then the butler.
Well, the the sign was
Sonia's brother-in-law's butler.
Wow. I mean, I literally froze the screen and was like, what is this in front of me?
And Amy Hartwick, who was on last week, emailed me immediately and she just said, I'm worried. Who's paying for the butler? But I'm like, I think the brother-in-law.
Yeah, I think so too. Or the butler might have said, I'll do this to get on camera because my butler-in-law services are...
Butler-in-law! That's a great new comedy, Butler-in-law.
Butler-in-law!
Wow. And I mean, right off the bat, though, we're having still with this vagina off.
I just said dueling vaginas.
Yes, I wrote vagina off between Bethany's, bleeding and Jules's vagina. And they're both arguing over who was more sensitive to the other's vaginal issues.
It was so like, really, ladies? When you see this played back to you, you are going to be humiliated.
More humiliated than you would be by sharing on national television your vaginal issues to begin with.
I mean, and to be like, my vaginal issues. No, you didn't ask about my vaginal
issues. Let me read you this text. You said, how's your vagina? I said, my vagina's good. That's not enough about my vagina.
It was people going crazy.
I did kind of like when Jules said to Bethany, like, your humor, and again, she keeps saying on other people's expenses instead of at, and that's okay.
And Bethany is doing her best not to call her out on that.
I have literally never seen someone so defensive and like, Bethany, if you step to her, you get such an avalanche of emotion.
I would never. I'm afraid to look at her. You can't win with Bethany.
There is a saying, which is the hysterical is the historical. And that to me is Bethany. She gets so hysterical and it's all about her wounds from childhood. But to her, I say, get the fuck over it.
Get thee to Amador.
Get thee to Amador. Indeed.
Yes.
And then in the limo, I just want to jump a little bit. When
please.
She was so genuine and warm apologizing to Sonia because she'd had some alcohol. And I'm realizing Bethany needs to be on medication majorly. And I'm sure she is, but... And I know this sounds bad, but I feel like the minute she can take a breath and maybe have a drink, she really is the kind of softer, warmer person. And I thought that was a nice apology she had with Sonia. And I thought Sonia does seem like she's gotten her shit together a little more.
Yeah.
Still battling some teeth issues.
Yeah.
And I can say, as someone who's had a ton of teeth issues.
I thought of you because she was talking about her flipper and like that. And like she was talking about her teeth. I was like, oh, Casey.
She's having implants.
Stuff.
I've always felt such a kindred spirit.
Yes, you have. And as she is a beautiful soul. I will always feel for Sonia.
And she gives us so much fun, even when there's like no storyline.
And then Dorinda, everything I do is a shit show. Dorinda can't win. She's right. Don't throw a party.
I totally agree. And oh my God. And then we have the main party when Jules in the beginning is just like yelling at Bethany about her eating disorder. The craziest part to me was when basically like Sonia and Ramona are listening about Jules's like issues, and they just like roll their eyes as though she has said something else completely. Like Sonia looks like, I got vault. And Ramona's like, and she's literally sobbing hysterically about her eating disorder.
And they're talking about her like she's not there. Like they'll be like, I said I like Jules. I like her. I think she's nice. Like she's not there. Or like, I find it hard to watch her eat. Like right in front of her.
One thing I want to just put on to the producers that I didn't love is we know now, yes, that Jules's marriage is falling apart. We've seen some very disturbing back and forth between them now twice, in which she said to him as they arrive at people's houses, why did you come home from work 10 minutes late and still have to shower? Yes. Which they might as well just put a flashing light that says he's cheating on her. But it seems like the other girls know what's going on, but we're not quite being filled in.
Yeah, it's because we know now. So it also seems like, and Bethany has admitted to knowing while shooting what was going on with Jules. So there's this big secret that's there that we all now know is
And I feel
out.
like I'm left out in the cold, and I kind of want to say, Bethany and Co., I expected more from you. If you see something, say something.
And also if you see something, this poor girl, like she's going through it. Like really, you're going to attack her? Bethany can't. She can't.
It's like, of course, her old issues are coming up.
Yeah.
Of course they are. Something's going on that is not right with her and Michael.
If you see it, Bethany, then stop it. She can't stop herself. She doesn't have the moment between knowing her issues and stopping what will come out of her mouth next.
And Jules sets Sonia up with Rocco, but I feel like she needed to save Rocco for herself.
Yeah. But I will say Rocco was kind of perfect for Sonia.
He reminded me of that guy Lisa Vanderpump set up with Kim Richards.
Yes, the one, not Muhammad's friend.
Muhammad's friend, that dusty old Brit.
Yes.
A dusty old professor.
Yes.
He was like a bumbling professor.
Yes, Rocco
who came around like 20 times.
He's still around.
He was like Kim.
Still pops up.
I want to see him pop up and then Kingsley just like attack him.
That could happen. But Rocco's obsession with like, thank you for these napkins. It was like, what's happening here? What do we give a shit about?
He was like, finally a woman is into an old world napkin and
so strange. So strange. But I did think he was good looking and I did think he was perfect for Sonia.
And then Sonia's like, oh yeah, I know Rocco.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, of course I know Rocco.
We know each other. What's happening?
And then I thought she'd be like, and I'm not into him. She was like, and I'm glad he's into me.
I know. I was like, give yourself. She's like, I can't believe he's into me. I was like, I can't believe he'd be interested in me. That was a sad moment. Also, when Luann referred to something as, that's BL before Lou. That moment.
BL.
Before
I love
Lou.
that she refers to herself as Lou.
Lou. That's BL before Lou.
My grandmother was Louise and we called her Lou. And she referred to herself as Lou and Wheeze.
Lou and Wheeze?
Like she'd be like, Wheeze doesn't about herself,
Okay.
my grandmother, and Lou. And I do have an affection for the nickname Lou.
I do, but it's not fitting for Lou.
I know.
I said, when he said accepting the table setting, I'll remember this for the rest of my life. It's a sad, weird napkin that might not even be a napkin. It might just literally be her linens because she can't afford new napkins, like her bed linens.
I know. And then there was that weird scene with Lou and Ramona where they're kind of just like walking down the street in New York and they keep stopping.
And they're fighting and then they're fine.
If you looked at it from far away, just like a wide shot of it, I think you could think it was two just like homeless women arguing with each other and like stopping and grabbing each other and going back and forth. God, nothing wrong with that. But
no.
I will say it was so sad when they walk away from camera. It's the last line of the scene. They link arms, these two old biddies. And Luann goes, she just goes, she admits, she goes, hey, Ramona, I don't like being single. I was.
Oh, and then Ramona goes, you're good at it.
It was honestly the only true words I've heard anyone speak in the history of this franchise. I don't like being single.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was a moment.
One quick note about Carol. She's got to stop with these pre-written lines about, I guarantee 100% when she was like, people think since I started dating Adam, my bedroom would be getting all the action. But it's my kitchen that's getting all the action. I'm like, it's so written and it just comes off so false.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
I feel like she's like, what I don't have in storyline and drama, I'll make up for with jokes.
Yeah, Carol has not been... She's not in a good light this season. I've always loved Carol. And her teaming up with Bethany is weirdly a bad team. I liked her better with Heather.
Really?
Yeah, because it felt not as mean. And I don't believe Carol's mean, but I believe she is being influenced to be mean. And I don't think mean looks good on her. Where, weirdly, mean does look good on Bethany.
You wouldn't think it would look good on anyone.
Yeah, but Bethany,
she wears it so well.
She wears it like a glove.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous color on her.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
It's a gorgeous black and white asymmetrical power suit.
I hate that dress. That dress didn't fit her as much as Mean does.
Is it a dress?
It's something.
Is it a blazer? Is it a shift?
It was all sorts of it. Almost looks like a dress that you almost think is a shirt and pant or a dress, but then it has like an underlayer, so it's actually a dress.
There's so much going on. And lastly, the previews coming up for next week promise a real doozaroo. When we see Michael, Jules on the phone with Michael at, where are they going?
The Mohegan Sun.
Mohegan Sun, excuse me, casino. I can't believe I forgot.
It's not a classy place. You should not know it.
And they just show a clip of Jules saying into the phone, like, Michael, I hoped you deposited money into my account. I was just like, you.
We're in for it next week, hopefully. But I thought this week showed promise of a premise.
Yeah. I mean, that's it.
That's it, guys. A lot of housewives.
I'm spent.
I am totally spent, but it could be, again, my fatigue coming out. I don't know what's happening.
What's my excuse?
How are my lips holding up, Case?
Terribly.
That sounds right.
It's faded into a way that just looks like you're dead.
And so we should end on that.
Again, I think you're gorgeous at any stage.
I hear you.
You are.
Thank you. Just not today.
Thank you so much to all of our listeners. You guys are so wonderful.
And to Luz and to April.
Have a great day, guys.
Bye.
Hello, hello. This is Nagin Farsad, the host of Fake the Nation, where we talk about politics, we talk about news, and we have a laugh.
We were laughing.
Every week, a cast of my funniest, smartest, and most politically astute friends, people like John Fugelsang, Liz Winstead, Dean Obeidallah, and others, tackle all the major issues like climate change.
America leads the world in people who think climate change is fake, but pro wrestling is real.
Guns.
I started calling the NRA the AK-47%.
Filibuster? I don't even know her. Okay, that's not a major issue, but it's a really great pun. Guys, Fake the Nation is all the comedy about politics without any of the politics about politics.
Fake the Nation!
This has been an Earwolf production, executive produced by Scott Aukerman and Chris Bannon. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.